Hello everybody, my name is Leo and with this video we'll share a demo review of the Soldano SLO 100 2020 edition. The Soldano is an amp I wanted so badly for many years and is also the amp used by some of my favorite guitarists like Steve Vai, Nuno Bettencourt, Mark Knopfler and many more. As always, we will start with the demo song, then we will describe the main characteristics of the amp, we will then hear more sounds in a dedicated section of this video, and finally I will give you, as usually, my 2 cents. So I hope you enjoy and please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, it would be of a great help. Let's start with the demo song. Now let me describe the main characteristics of the amp. This is a 2 channels 100 watt tube head, hand wired in USA. It is a master volume amp, like for instance the Marshall JCM 800, and not like the Plexi, which is a non-master volume amp. This means that you have independent preamp and master controls and that basically you can max out the gain even at lower volume. The drawback, in comparison with non-master volume amp, should be that it is less dynamic. It has 5 12AX7 preamp tubes and 4 6L6 power amp tubes. The clean channel has 2 pretty different variations thanks to the crunch switch that when engaged adds sponginess to your tone, giving you something like another channel with more sparkly tones. It has a bright switch, a 3 knobs EQ section common to both the channels and the present and depth knobs, with which you can really shape your tone, enhancing the tonal possibilities of this beast. You can switch the 2 channels with a provided external foot switch or with the channel select toggle located in front of the amp. You can use your 4, 8 or 16 ohm speaker cabinets thanks to the onboard impedance selector. It has a newly designed tube buffer effect loop with a hardwired bypass switch allowing you to remove the effect loop from the circuitry. The new return level control can be used to set up 2 foot switchable preset volume levels to optimize the performance of your effects, offering something like a solo boost functionality. It has a line-out jack that provides the line level taken from the power amp output, not the preamp, and that has an adjustable volume level. There is also the 30 watt version of this amp, where the main differences are that obviously it is 30 watt instead of 100, it is a little bit smaller, and it lacks the possibility to switch on and off the FL loop, which is one of the main reasons why I've chosen the 100 version. While, on the other hand, the main differences with the older SLO 100 versions are that the 2020 version has new effect loop hardwired bypass, where the effect loop is after the master section of the amp. The 2020 version has new DC heater circuit and custom transformers that dramatically reduce the amp noise floor. In fact, this amp is very quiet. And lastly, I would mention the depth knob, which was available as a mod for the older version and it is standard in this new 2020 model. Now let's hear some more sounds. Now let's try some more sounds. First of all, the signal chain, Sur Classic Antique S. It is going the Soldano. The Soldano is connected to a greenback speaker in the other room. The greenback is mic'd with an SM57 and a Royer 121 that then are going 2 mic preamps, a Neve 1073 and a Chandler Germanium. Then the preamp are going directly into my Apollo 16X and then straight in the computer. Let's start from the clean sound that in my opinion is really lovely. Here we have, in my opinion, very nice clean tone. You know, the Soldano is known to be an high gain amp. For me, this is part of the story, as I was saying previously, because even the clean sound is really lovely. And here we also have a lot of headroom. I mean, even if I push harder, the amp retains a very clean tone. Let's try the bright switch. It was turned on, let's turn it off. And obviously here the tone is more mellow. I prefer the bright switch on. Now let's switch to the crunch mode. As you may notice, the volume rises up a lot. So basically there is this drop in volume when you switch to the clean tone that is pretty annoying. You can overcome this thing using properly the FX loop. I mean, switching on the FX loop with a higher volume or with a booster. I really like this tone. Let's try to drop the volume. And obviously the tone cleans up. Even if it has a master volume, so it is different from a Plexi where you don't have the master volume, it still is very dynamic and it responds amazingly to your touch and to the volume of your guitar. This sound is really lovely, and this combination actually is also the combination I was using in the tone, in the comping part in the demo song. And we have still a lot of overdrive at our disposal. Now let's switch to the overdrive channel. Plenty of gain. And we still are not at its maximum level. Pretty amazing. Let's return back to the normal channel in crunch mode. Now let's use the depth. So, as you may have noticed, the depth mode really affects the tightness of your bass frequencies. And I prefer the middle actually. For the Strat I think it is just right. Treble knob all the way up. In the middle. I prefer the treble middle at 6. It adds a bite to your sound. Middle. Bass. Presence. As expected, the presence knob provides you with a more glassy tone. My favorite setting actually are with the overdrive not at its maximum level, with the treble at 6 and with the presence and depth at 5 at noon. Lovely sound. Now, final considerations here. Well, first of all, the Soldano is generally considered an amp for hard rock and metal. In my opinion, this is only part of the story, because actually, in my opinion, this amp has a really nice clean channel with two voices that allows us to use it in very different situations. So this is not only the amp for that rock and heavy metal guys, but also for pop or rock. And the fact that it was used also by Mark Knopfler is a proof. Actually, one of the main strengths of this amp is its versatility, and in fact, it has been used by many guitarists in very different genres of music. We have Gary Moore, who is more blues oriented. We have Mark Knopfler, who is known for his clean tone. We have Mick Mars from Motley Crue, who is more hard rock and heavy metal oriented. So all these guitar legends from very different genres testify the flexibility of this amp. Nevertheless, obviously, it has an incredible overdriven channel with an infinite amount of gain, really. I was impressed by the amount of gain this amp can reach, and honestly, for my style, I would never need an additional drive pedal, as the amount of gain this amp can reach is really incredible. Now, if I have to mention a negative point, a cons, I would say that the clean channel has a pretty consistent drop in volume compared to the crunch mode or to the overdriven channel. And the other point is that it is a pity that the crunch toggle is not foot switchable. You can overcome the drop in volume using the volume of the effect loop or with a booster in the effect loop. Nevertheless, I think that with a foot switchable crunch toggle and a more consistent volume among the channels, this amp would have been just perfect. And actually, the foot switchable effect loop is one of the reasons why I chosen the 100 version in comparison with the 30 watt version. Because with this function, I can basically try to match the volumes of the clean channel and the overdriven one. In any case, this is for sure one of my new favorite, along with the other amps in my collection. But now it's your turn. What's your opinion about this amp? What other amp you would prefer in comparison with the SLO 100? Is it worth its premium price? So let me know your precious and valuable opinion in the comment below. We have now reached the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did it, please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell and leave a thumbs up. It would be of great help. And of course, you won't miss my future videos where for sure we're gonna compare the SLO 100 with other amp modeling pedalboards like the FM3 of the Moore 250 and so on and so forth. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.